Hi there, my name is Yvonne Weekes, and I am one of the editors of a new text entitled Disaster Matters. Disaster Matters captures poems, stories, drama, and science articles about hurricanes, earthquakes, and volcanoes. The story I'm going to read is entitled The Most Frightening Day, and it was written by Nathan Gibbons when he was just 10 years old after the Montserrat volcano erupted in 1995. This reading today is a tribute to the children who would have experienced a similar volcanic eruption in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Most Frightening Day. It was a sunny, warm Wednesday afternoon. I was in St. John's helping my Auntie Lorraine with her hair salon business. Then poof! There was a massive eruption and ash shot up into the sky as though a bomb had gone off. And as if that were not enough, we had to drive through all of that too, and then to Corkhill. We got into the cars, Mom and I in her bright yellow starlet, and Auntie in her car. We were setting off for Lester's house. I was terrified. By the time we reached this steep hill, the ash had started falling like rain everywhere. My mother stopped, got out of her car, and ran over to tell Auntie Lorraine about the evacuation because her radio wasn't working. Her hair and head was filling like ash with huge specks of dandruff. They started to drive frantically to a village called Salem. I was terrified of not only the volcano, but my mother's driving. It was boiling in the car with the windows closed to keep out all of the ash. I was wearing a mask and a long-sleeved shirt, so I threw everything off. When we arrived at a place called Woodlands, my mother's windscreen washer had run out of water, so we went to someone's house for water and directions to Lester's house. Auntie's windscreen wiper and lights just stopped working. She had to come out in the pouring ash to wipe the windscreen. We finally made it to Lester's house, where we dropped off Auntie's car and started going back to Auntie's house. When we arrived, my mother said she had to go back to work. I didn't want her to go back, but she went anyway. Auntie and Sil had to go out for a little while, and I stayed by myself and watched television. When my mother returned, we all stayed by Auntie's house and talked about the situation until really late. And then my mum and I went home and we slept. That was one of the most frightening days of my life. I was glad when it was over, but the ash went on and on and on.